Cool. Okay. Welcome everyone. How are you? My name is Dr. Adela Rafiz and welcome to this call called What is Body Whispering? So depending where you are in the world, depending what's going on in the country you're in, what's going on in the continent you're in, and what's going on in your awareness based on your life, your family, your reality, your political reality, your community's reality. It's a really interesting time in the world and in many of our lives. And so today's call has two purposes. Really, it is, first of all, to introduce you to this energy and information about what body whispering is, how it got created, what it is all about, what the intention of it is to contribute to you and your life, and what that feels like, what that energy is. And then secondly, it is to answer any of your questions and to fill in any of the blanks, because there are some of you who are going to be on this call who have done many classes of body whispering, and yet you're still on this call because the energy of body whispering is one that is continuously growing, continuously changing and evolving. And that's what it is doing based on my awareness right now and based on how I'm interacting with it and it is interacting with me. And there are others of you who might have only heard about it yesterday or even today and have no idea what it is. And so no matter who you are, where you are in the world, first of all, welcome and thank you so much for being here. My background over the last decade has been in working with people. I started off in clinical practice as a chiropractor and I worked one-on-one with clients, hundreds, thousands of clients over 10 years. And I started to develop this real interest and realized that what really inspired me and what I really wanted to be doing was looking at the stuff that was really creating change for people in their bodies and in their life. And I realized that it wasn't so much the clinical stuff, it wasn't, it wasn't what was happening because of the work that was happening on their body alone. It was because of what was being facilitated when they connected with me, when they spoke, when we shifted things below and beyond just the physical, when we were releasing old wounds or trauma or limiting beliefs or letting go of stress. What would be created was so magical that that is where I wanted to put more of my attention and energy. And so over the last 10 years, I've made this shift initially gradually and then quite a rapid shift in recent years where I started doing more energy work, started looking at different modalities, started doing many different things, started adding more of these techniques to my practice, and then getting to a point where I completely stepped away from being a chiropractor and I am now a global facilitator and the founder of Body Whispering, Business Whispering, and the Life Whispering Institute, which is the global body that is going to be looking after all of our participants and practitioners around the world as we develop now certified practitioners and facilitators of this work. So what this means for you is no matter who you are and what kind of inspired you or attracted you to be here today, you might be here because you would like to change something and you're looking for what it is that could help facilitate that change for you, whether it is in your body or in your life. Or you might be a healer or a practitioner or a coach, someone who works with people, and you're looking for that next level of creating change. You're looking for even more to add to help you deliver really fantastic results and to add to your business model. And so if you're then interested in going on to become a certified practitioner or a facilitator, we're so excited about those possibilities, and I will definitely talk to you about that. So as always, if you haven't been on a call with me before, I like to be interactive. I like to answer your questions. I like to make sure the information that is being shared and what we are talking about is relevant to you. So please use the chat box. Please let our team or Rashmi will call out your questions that you put into the chat box, and you're also welcome to unmute yourself if you have questions or you require more clarification. Okay, so body whispering has this ability, as I said, it's growing, you know, like it started out as a way of working on bodies that allowed me and the person I was working on, as well as other people who wanted to learn how to do it, the ability to practice all of the modalities that they knew how to practice and be able to feel very confident in their ability and know that no matter what they were doing, as long as they followed their awareness, as long as they listened to the whisper of their body and their client's body, they would get phenomenal results. And now it has progressed into this amazing thing where we work with people, we work with groups, we are facilitating classes worldwide. We include and talk to like the energies that are present, like the energy of the earth, the energy of nature, the energy of consciousness, and body whispering is this energy that is all inclusive. So it's completely non-exclusive. It doesn't mean that you have to like devote yourself to body whispering now and cut off everything else you've done. It doesn't mean that once you start doing a body whispering session, you won't be aware of and can't include other information and energies that are available to you, or other work that you've done, or other things that you know how to do. And if you are completely new to this stuff, the stuff that sounds quite crazy. Now, my background, I'm a chiropractor. Before I became a chiropractor, I was a very linear, academic, science-based person who only kind of concentrated on what I knew, what I could see, and what I had been taught. So there wasn't a lot of room for this kind of stuff that sounds very out of the box. It sounds very woo-woo, and you might wonder what this is and why it sounds a little bit strange or weird or different. And that is why we do these taster sessions and why we have these calls, because as much as I can do my best to explain it in words, or you can read about it, until you experience it, whether it's a small taster, whether it's in a session with a practitioner, or whether it's in a full class, I really can't put it into words. So today is all about helping you have this experience with your body, but not just with your body. I realized that body whispering has the word body in it. And for many, many years, actually, people limited it to thinking it was another body class that was focused on just changing things with your body, which it absolutely is and does do. It will change things for your body, whether it's pain, whether it's illness, whether it's repeated behaviors or patterns, this stuff will change. But the reason it's called body whispering is because everything you do, you're doing it through your body. Not many of us have perfected the art of functioning beyond our body, right? Whenever we want something, whenever we want to do something, go somewhere, experience something, do something, it includes our physical body. And when we have problems, when we have limitations, when we're experiencing stress in our life, We're feeling stressed because in some way it's impacting our life and it's creating a problem for us in our life, which we are living via our body. Once you don't have a body anymore, once you move on to being an entity again, whether that's a ghost, whether it's a spirit, whether it's whatever you believe happens after you leave this body, you don't have those same problems in that same way. You don't care about a lot of the stuff you would like to change right now. You want to change the stuff you want to change, or you want to have more in your life because you want to have a different or a better experience with and in your body. And you know what's funny is we want to change the experience we're having in our body. We want to have a better life. We want to have more money. We want to have better relationships. We want to go traveling. We want to do all these things. And yet we try and figure it out and do it with just our mind. We try to change our life, we try to solve our problems, we try to change things that aren't working for us without including our body in the process. How many of you have a physical issue in your body that you would like to change, whether it's pain or a chronic illness or a repeated, thing that always bothers you, whether it's like anxiety or depression, or whether it's in your body like knee pain or back pain or a heart condition. And how much have you tried to find the answer, find the right doctor, find the medication, find the therapy that can help you just by using your mind rather than asking your body? And this is what we do. We try to live our whole lives and control our whole lives and create our whole lives without including our body in the equation. And where body whispering comes in, first of all, is to let you know, because this is the part that you hadn't been told, so it's not your fault that you've been doing it that way. No one said to you, hey, your body has awareness. Your body is not the same thing as you. It's actually a separate entity to you. It can contribute to you and give you information and give you awareness if you can learn to communicate with it, trust it, and work with it rather than work against it or ignore it, which is what most of us do. And so body whispering is kind of this two-part thing where, first of all, I'm teaching people and letting people know, hey, your body is this conscious entity that is aware and is connected to the universe and nature and everything around you. And it can show you things and tell you things and even teach you things about your capacities, about your awareness, about what is possible for you if you would allow it to. And then secondly, we teach you how to really hone in, really tap into that body whispering energy of not only hearing those whispers and listening to those whispers, but trusting those whispers and using these sessions, using this energy and using this information to change anything in your life that you would like to change situations, to work on other people, to heal your own body, to heal other people's body, to add it to what you are already doing in your life. And it creates amazing results. And so over the years, body whispering has become this louder and louder energy in the world for two reasons. As we grow and the classes grow, we have more body whisperers around the world. So the energy is able to be louder because there's more people experiencing it. But secondly, I really believe, as I was saying when I started this call, my own experience and my own relationship with what body whispering is in the world. Today I was on social media and the couple of posts that grabbed my attention One of them was about a local high school in my area that we're doing a charity fundraiser this weekend because 5 young males from that high school had committed suicide in the last 2 months, right? So that's one thing. The other post that grabbed my attention was a post about a paramedic, so the people that run ambulances and, you know, provide first aid. When you call an ambulance, they are the people responding, and saying how their working conditions in New Zealand, which is, you know, one of the best countries in the world, were so poor that they were going on strike because their working conditions were so poor. Their mental health was completely, you know, on edge. They did not have enough resources or support to do the work that they were trying to do to help people, to save people's lives. Now, that might sound like pretty depressing stuff that caught my attention today. And, you know, being the type of person I am, yep, I read it. Yes, I felt it. Yes, it made me go, what can I do? What's going on here? What can I do? How can we change this? Because I feel that stuff, and a lot of you feel that stuff because of the type of people you are. Healers, intuitives, empaths, humanoids. We feel that stuff. We actually care about what's happening in the world. We actually care about other people. When something's going on in the world, we feel it. And that's what's driven a lot of us to search for more, to want to do more, to want to be more, and to want to be able to help people more. And I realized that this is where body whispering comes in, because body whispering starts at an individual level. It's getting to the point where it will be this global thing where we can impact masses of people. But where it is right now creating the most change is the fact that one person attends a class, becomes empowered, learns how to change things for themselves in their own life so they do not feel that way. And then they take that empowered energy, or they take their ability to do these sessions for other people as well. And they do these sessions on 2, 5, 10, 20, 100 people. And each of those people perceive and receive a change with how they feel about being here in their body on this planet. And they become more empowered. And this is how it's contributing, because when we're looking at what's happening in the world, when we're reading through our social media feeds, when we're reading media, when we're looking on the news, this is the kind of stuff that we're being bombarded with, which sounds hopeless and helpless. It sounds like things are only getting worse. Mental health is only getting worse. Illness and sickness is only getting worse. Fear is only increasing. Uncertainty is only increasing. How do we change that? How do we change the world? We change the world by changing who we are showing up as and how we are walking through the world and walking through our life. And by doing that, by becoming empowered in that process, the more of you that change from victim to empowered, from helpless to full of hope, from broken or in pain to healed or healing, that ripple effect is how we change the world. So I'm really grateful for body whispering, and it's so far beyond me now. Like, for many years, I would not talk as openly or share the power of what it truly was, because it felt like it was, you know, very personal, or it felt like it was my thing and I was just talking about me. but that's not what it is anymore. It's so far beyond me. It's so far beyond something to do with just what I can do or something to do with my ego or my business, that it's much easier for me to have these conversations now, because the world is saying it's time. And so for all of you that are here today, or if you're listening to this replay, or you've come across this randomly somehow, that's perfectly wonderful. And so whatever this can contribute, whether it's a small amount or a large amount, whether this answers all your questions or just begins you on the journey of starting to listen and hear and communicate with your body and feeling empowered and alive in your life, and feeling like an active participant in your life rather than someone who has to just find a way to deal with everything that the world is throwing at you, then I couldn't ask for anything more. So let me know what your questions are. I will do a short taster of a body whispering session as we get a little bit towards the end of the call, but I'd like to take a moment to answer your questions, see what's coming up for you guys, and see how we can help fill in the blanks.
Adila, Tamanna has asked a question.
Yes.
She's asked, can it be combined with other energy healings?
Yes, it can. So body whispering was created because I was a chiropractor and I had found this wonderful thing called Access Consciousness. And I had also started doing a few like mind body techniques. So kinesiology is one of them that I still use a lot. And I remember trying to figure out like what was better and how to do just one, and being like, do I quit chiropractic? Do I just do energy work? Do I just do access? Like, what do I do? And then when I would work on people, the sessions that would create the most were the ones where I would do whatever the body inspired me to do, when I followed the intuitive information from that body and from my body. If you take your mind out of it, your bodies can talk to each other, and you can do these amazing sessions on your clients or people or friends, whoever you do sessions for. So body whispering was always intended to, and I do not see this changing, to become like an exclusive modality. To clarify one point, you can use it on its own. Like, you do not have to know how to do anything else. If you just do a body whispering class, you will learn everything you need to be able to work on bodies. But if you have done many other things like myself, it's like this energy in the space that helps create the space in the session to create the greatest results by reminding you how to follow the energy and be aware of what's required, and not go to judgment, not go to fear, not go to conclusion, and not need to get it right.
Adila, someone who has not done this kind of healing modality, is it fair enough to take up this kind of course?
Yeah, completely. It's pretty amazing what we cover in 2 days. It's probably a little bit ambitious, but you could have, as I said, you could have done absolutely no other healing work or know nothing about body whispering.
Okay.
And on day one, we start to introduce you to this concept of listening to your body, using your awareness, tapping into the whispers. And by the end of day 2, what you have progressed through is then learning on how to do these sessions for yourself. We have a process, how to do the session on other people, how to work on people via distance, how to work on people in person, and how to use the whispers of awareness in every area of your life. It's not just about working on bodies, it's about how can you listen to the whispers of your body when you're doing your corporate job, when you're buying a new car, when you're looking for what restaurant to go to for dinner. So it's a very comprehensive course that does not require any prerequisites. So you do not have to have done anything else to be able to attend this class.
Okay, I have set of questions. I think let me take it up one by one, and it will be easy for many of others are also willing to ask. But the first part is, if I have done access consciousness,
Yeah.
so it is what you were talking about, body whispering and then judgment and belief system and all put together. It is somewhat matching with the access consciousness. Is it completely different, or it is an integration of access consciousness and whatever you have designed put together?
Yeah, like I said, I've been doing Access Consciousness for as long as I've been doing this. So I did Access Consciousness when I first graduated. Actually, through chiropractic college, I met Dane. He would come out and speak to us as chiropractic students. So I think your question's very fair. What I can't do is tell you how much is what, because it's
I'm not
so
saying
integrated
it's
in
like
who I am. So
it
it
is an
does,
yeah, it is an
yeah, it
integration
does
of two
match.
things.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does match. It's
Okay.
not, there's definitely nothing in it that goes against your learnings of Access. A lot of what we speak about will be very complementary. The thing that's different is the actual process.
Okay.
Like with body whispering, why I created it is because I'm a practitioner with like practitioner experience. What I found was missing when I would teach other people in the class, or other people would ask me how I knew to do things or whatnot. The two things that I had that were different, one was just the experience of like working on lots and lots of bodies, because as a chiropractor, you know, you'd easily see like 100 clients a week. So, you know, when you do something a lot, you become very like, it becomes second nature. Whereas if somebody else is doing a session a month or one session a week, it's like they have a different level of confidence. And the second thing is, you would go to a class, and with, you know, when you go to a body class or a Reiki class or an energy work class, you learn the modality, like you learn how to do it, but you don't get any of the framework. You don't get like the best practice, or how to know what to do, or how to structure your sessions, or how to charge your clients, or how to troubleshoot. And so what was happening is people would learn how to do things, but they wouldn't know how to institute it and how to actually feel confident doing it. So people would do like hundreds of classes and they would still say, I don't know how to follow the energy and I don't know how to trust my awareness. And so body whispering is this was for me at the time filling this gap.
Okay.
Because I had that information. And since then, it's now grown into its, you know, completely own process, because it's just kept growing and growing and growing and becoming stronger. So now you don't have to have done Access or any other modality to be able to start from scratch with it.
Okay. One more thing, like after attending the course, what you have planned on 21st and 22nd of this month, I think we are going to become a practitioner and not the facilitator. Am I right?
That's correct. You will become a practitioner.
Okay. What is to be done?
That means you can do sessions on people, you can do sessions in person, and you can do sessions online.
Okay. So the distance is also allowed.
Yes. Yeah. See, especially right now with COVID, most countries, we're still not doing a lot of in-person work. So it's actually been a wonderful addition to many people who have businesses already where they see clients and they haven't been able to do in-person sessions. They've been able to take on body whispering sessions and have great results and continue making some money and being able to help their clients. After you do 2 body whispering sessions, you can attend the advanced class that is coming up in February. February 14th. It's a 3.5-day class. And once you've attended that advanced class plus done 2 of the 2-day classes, you will be a certified practitioner. So that makes you a practitioner who has more experience, who has done the advanced class, and you can do some advanced things, like you can do group sessions. You will also have a profile on the Life Whispering Institute database, and you will be able to grow your business even more because we will be supporting you to do that.
Okay,
And then
so
at the end of next year, we're running our first facilitators class.
so what is the prerequisite for being a to be a part of facilitator class?
Yeah, to have done the 2 body whispering classes, to have done the certified practitioner class, and between certified practitioner and facilitators, you have to do a certain number of sessions to be able to then do facilitators, which is a 4.5-day class. And then there is like a training period before, like, so then you are the person that is replacing me in your country or area or continent, and you're running these 2-day classes. So, you know, I want to make sure you feel very confident and competent and looked after to become a facilitator. So you attend the class, and then I'm going to help you with some more training, run your first class with you to sign you off as a facilitator.
One more thing, if somebody is, I think in one of the modality, we are unable to give the sessions when the person is not in receiving mode. Does it applicable to body whispering as well?
Something we say with body whispering is to always have the person's consent. So that's different to what you're asking. So, you know, you can have a client or a person say, can you please do a session for me? And then, as you say, they're not actually wanting to receive or change what they've asked for. So you'll do the session, and that will still it will still contribute to them. They will be able to receive as much as they're able to. But what I like about body whispering is the bodies are talking to each other. So it's often your mind that's not willing to receive. Have you noticed that? So you'll have a client who has points of view about receiving, or will stop their receiving, or doesn't want to go somewhere energetically in a session. But when we work directly with the body, and body whispering energy includes the energy, and we kind of call on the energy of the earth as well to contribute, the body will still get a lot of what it requires and desires. And then it's up to the person whether or not they want to take on that change or not. But they'll normally feel better in their body, at least after a session.
Okay, so I think the summary is whatever classes you have mentioned, we have to take up those classes, and along with that, we have to submit few case studies kind of thing to be a facilitator. Is it so? Just reinforcing the thing.
You just have to let me know that you're definitely doing the number of sessions required. So again, that you feel confident when you have you've done enough different cases.
True. And many of the, let's say you mentioned that somebody is not willing to receive, and then the body whispering is talking about 2 bodies. So what happens is basically when we are talking to some of the clients, or even though we are willing to make the changes in our near one's life, they are not willing to receive, or they are not agreeing to be part of this. That is why the question is. And second one is someone who is having some kind of mental or brain issues. Is it applicable to them as well?
Yeah, well, brain issues are not a problem because we're bypassing the brain, we're working on the body. There's nothing that we do that is a contraindication. We're not doing anything to put a body at risk, or that would change or alter a person's chemistry or physiology or physical matter in a way that would be harmful. So that's fine. What you're talking about in terms of the receiving and the consent is probably detailed enough that that is exactly what we go over in the classes. That's the different scenarios and the different situations that we talk about and experience and work on and work through. And each stage of the classes, like the 2-day class and then the advanced class and then facilitators, we're going more and more and more in depth into those particular situations, which is what is the difference between a practitioner, an advanced practitioner, and a facilitator, is your ability to navigate through those situations.
Yeah. And the last one is how it is more effective, in person, or it is basically a touch. It is more effective in person or in distance?
I would ask the body whisperers, because I think everyone would have thought and said in person, and this started as an in-person modality for sure. When we started, I didn't think we would be doing distance sessions, but it's amazing what gets created when you follow the energy and listen to the whispers. And the reason I say ask the body whisperers, there's probably 20 or more of them on this call, and they will tell you like it's just different, but it's just as effective. And they have different scenarios and situations and case studies that they can share, but the efficacy is brilliant in both scenarios.
You conduct in-person classes in your country?
Yeah, I used to conduct them all over the world. I'm in New Zealand. We do not have many flights leaving, and we cannot get back into our country without undergoing a quarantine. So they are entirely online until next year when we know what's happening.
Okay, that's why I came to know that New Zealand is now out of Corona, and that's why you people are more careful now.
Yeah, it's even harder because now we can't go anywhere. We're trying to maintain a Corona-free country, which means it's even harder to leave or come back. So hopefully we'll be back to facilitating classes all around the world. But it's another reason why we're so excited about having facilitators in the other countries. Like, we know for certain that we're going to have a handful of facilitators in India by the end of next year. I used to come to India like up to 3 times a year until this year to do those classes. Singapore, the rest of the world, we were doing classes in all these countries, and it's just not happening right now. But the facilitators will have the ability to facilitate these classes in person.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah.
Okay, Adila, we have a couple more in the chat. There's one from Anisha. She says, how do I involve the client in a remote body whispering session? Do they just lie down and receive?
Yeah, you would, again, we'll talk you through a few options in the class of how to do it, but what you need to know is there is a process. It's very easy, and yeah, you basically will set up a time with your client. They will do, like, you will ask their body to lie or sit or basically do what they require in order to receive that session. And then you do the process, which the body whispering process, it doesn't control or make you do things in a particular way, but what it is it has a beginning and an ending protocol. So what the beginning protocol does, it means when you're working on a client, whether they're in the room with you or via distance, it means that you know kind of what to do to activate the energy, to start the session. You know, the client knows that it started, and then you kind of get into doing the session however you are drawn to through the whispers of the body. And then when it's time to end the session, again, there's just a closing protocol, which makes it really nice and safe and neat, knowing in terms of you knowing that the session has ended and your client feeling nice and safe and knowing that that session has ended.
Next one is from Vinay Agarwal. He wants to know, I'm in business. Will this help me on a personal level?
Yes. If it doesn't, let me know, because I would be very surprised if it doesn't. Yeah, we have phenomenal testimonials and phenomenal changes in people in their business, in their life by doing this class. Because how can your life not change when you change your relationship with your body and how aware you are and how you can communicate with everything and how you navigate through situations. The most common feedback, after a class, I get lots of messages, lots of emails. The most common thing people say to me is, I feel like I finally found who I am, or I finally connected to the true me. Like this class has shown me who I truly am and how to be that person in the world. And when you walk through the world in that empowered state, everything else changes. Because the problems in our life are created when we have incongruence, we have pain, we have trauma, we have things that we need to reconcile because we're not able to show up as who we are. We're not able to show up fully or truly. We don't know how to navigate through a difficult situation, and it takes us out of that alignment and out of our connection to ourselves. So when that changes, then everything you do changes. My business has been created through body whispering. And that might sound obvious, like you might be like, yes, but your business is body whispering, which is very, very true. But if my business, before I started doing this full time, I had multiple businesses and they were created, how I navigated through that, and then how I realized and became more and more congruent with what I was doing, and now get to do what I love all the time, every single day, was through the process of body whispering. And then business whispering got created too, and that's wonderful. But body whispering will contribute to you no matter what you do in your life.
Okay, so the next one is from Anisha again. She's asking, how different is this from an SOP in Access?
Probably now quite different. We have actually a clip that we will share which specifically talks about this question because we get asked it all of the time. But now what's happened in recent times is it has a beginning process, it has an end process, it's inclusive of other modalities and energies. A lot of our body whisperers are Access practitioners, do SOP, ESB like myself, I'm a maestro, I do SOP, I do Access, I do body whispering, I do facilitation, I do coaching, I do all of these things. And so it's inclusive and it gives you more clarity. And if you're looking for some more of a process or a protocol or a different way of working on bodies, this is where body whispering will come in.
Okay, there's one from Reshma. She's asking me, where did she go? Okay, if a person is not able to perceive energy, will this class contribute? And another question from her is, can it help patients that have brain issues?
I'm going to say yes to the last question. Obviously, if you have a definition of what help is, then no, but not necessarily in the way, but will it contribute to bodies? Like, I'm very confident I can say yes, 100% of the time it will contribute. And we go into this a lot in the class, like how to actually work on bodies by taking your mind out of the equation, taking any of the expectations or pressure from like family members, or I work with lots of clients, and I work with lots of clients where like, a mother will book in a child, or, someone will refer me another client, but they will tell me, they'll say, hey, I've told my friend to book a session with you. She really needs to see you. And she has this thing going on, and she really needs help with like this certain thing in this certain way. And body whispering empowers you as a practitioner to be aware of everything, but to not go into any linearity around like what that body and being is actually asking for and what would facilitate the greatest for them. And we spend a lot of time in the class getting out of our minds because our mind is quite limited. All of our thoughts and feelings and judgments and reference points and our past learnings and behavior are held in the mind. And so miracles, magic, healing, exponential change, miraculous change, instantaneous healing, all of the things that you've heard about and you would like to think are true, but you don't actually know if it's possible because why doesn't it happen? The reason it doesn't happen is often our mind creates that limitation. So we spend a lot of time saying, hey, leave your mind out of this for the next 2 days. Look at the magic that is created through your body, through connecting to this energy and trusting it, and trusting consciousness and trusting the process. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. And what was the first question, part of that question?
Something to do with if they're not in person, do they need to lie down or sit?
No, sorry, I think it was.
Yeah, if a person is not able to perceive energies, will this class contribute?
Yeah, I just thinking back, I'm sure we've had many participants say the same thing, like, I don't know how to perceive energy. I don't perceive energy. I'm not perceiving anything. By the time they get to the end of the class, it changes. We do a lot of practical in the class, as well as a lot of facilitation and a lot of like talking about like how to navigate through things for yourself and as a practitioner. But this whole like not perceiving energy is a common topic, and we do enough practical, like we do enough swaps, like sessions where you learn how to work on a body, sessions on yourself, sessions as on your partner, sessions as a group, that by the end of it, you have all these different experiences of this energy work, and it starts to seep in and sink in, and you start to connect with it in a different way. So yeah, that would be the answer to that question.
We're done with the questions in the chat. Would anybody like to ask?
Yeah, one more from my end.
Sure, go for it.
It's like you mentioned that you have to start practicing all those things, and for 2 days you are making us practice in such a way that we will perceive the energy and how to work on body whispering. So it is a kind of bypassing the logical mind kind of thing, and
Yes.
start feeling the energy of the same.
If we had to summarize this class, it would be bypassing the logical mind. Very well done. Very well articulated. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, so perfect timing. We've wrapped up with the questions. I'm going to do this taster. I hope we've answered all your questions, but anything that you still require to receive or perceive or know, my ask of you would be to ask to receive that from this little taste, okay? So I would invite you at this moment to completely relax, and if you would like to sit, if you would like to stand, if you would like to lie down, do whatever it is that you would like to do in order to be able to relax just for the next 10 minutes and receive this session, okay? So wherever you are and whatever you're doing and whatever your points of view and projections and thinking around what you think it is, what you think it isn't, what you think this is like, what you think it isn't like, what you think you can get out of body whispering or a class, or what you can't get out of it, or whether or not it's any different or works or doesn't work, or whatever it is that's going on for you in your mind for the next 10 minutes. Would you just put that aside? You're very welcome to pick it back up at the end of this 10 minutes. But for the next 10 minutes, I would like you to just receive with your body, with your being, through the whispers of consciousness and through this energy of body whispering. Okay. So with a session, you are very welcome to have an ask, something you would like to receive, something you would like to change, something you would like to perceive from this taster. Or you might just want to like lay back and see what on earth happens without having any points of view or intentions about what you would like to experience. It is completely okay if you feel like nothing is happening. And on the other hand, you might feel like a lot is happening. You might see things, hear things, feel things. You might notice your body responding to this energy because, like I said, we're bypassing your mind, we're connecting to your body, and we're creating change, which is being facilitated through the medium that is our bodies. Okay? So, wherever you are, would you please take a nice deep breath in? And as you breathe in, would you expand out to be as big as you can be? And as you breathe out now, would you completely relax? And would you lower your barriers? Any barriers that you have up, any resistance that you have up, would you lower your barriers and just relax completely? Taking another nice deep breath in. As you breathe in, continue to expand so that you're bigger than you have ever been before. And as you breathe out, keep lowering those barriers, stay completely relaxed, and at the same time, stay expanded. Now I'm going to ask you to take a moment to say hello to your body and to this body whispering energy. Start to perceive the whispers, the tingle of awareness, of information, of energy, as it starts to move around you, through you, with you, communicate with you, in every sense of the word. Now, take a moment to allow your body to connect with the earth. Say hello to this energy that is the energy of the earth, this healing energy that is of nature, that is part of nature, that can contribute to you, that your body is so familiar with because your body is made up of the same magic dust and stars and sun and molecules and elements that the earth is made of. I'm going to ask you to upload any healing that you can from the earth. Upload any contribution that you can from the earth, from this body whispering energy, from the awareness that is being presented to you. And as you keep breathing and stay completely relaxed, I'm going to ask you to dissipate release, let go of anything that is no longer serving you, any pain in your body that it is time to let go of, any limiting thoughts and beliefs that have been holding you back, any experiences, any trauma, any points of view that are no longer helpful or serving you. Allow that to just dissipate, release, be taken care of for you. Allow that weight to go from your shoulders. Allow that pain to dissipate through your feet down into the earth and away from you. Allow the whispers of consciousness to caress you and your body in this moment and let you know that you are completely taken care of, that you are safe, everything is going to be okay, and that it's okay for you to heal or change or receive whatever it is that you wish to. Allow your attention to be drawn to whatever part of your body requires your attention, your energy, that is whispering to you. You might want to place your hands on your body in a certain way. You might want to put your hands on an area of your body where you have been experiencing pain or limitation or restriction. Allow your body to guide you as to what to do. It might be telling you to move your hands or your feet in a certain way. It might be telling you to sit or stand completely still for a moment and receive. It might ask you to actually get up and do some sort of movement that would facilitate your body in this moment. Allow yourself to receive the changes and receive the awareness and be willing to hear the whispers without any point of view, without any judgment, without any limitation, without any conclusion. And trust the information you are receiving. Allow the energy of body whispering to get louder around you. Allow yourself to experience it and feel it, whispering to you, caressing you. You're tingling in your fingers, tingling in your toes, the awareness at the back of your neck, the feeling of expansion, of freedom. Remember to keep breathing. Stay expanded, stay relaxed, lower your barriers, keep your mind out of this. Just for a moment, would you allow yourself to receive totally from this session, from me, from the body whispering energy, from the earth, and from yourself? And just in these final moments, asking your body, asking this energy, asking the whispers of awareness and consciousness for any information that you require, any contribution that it can add or show or make you aware of, any information that you have been asking for or looking for. Would you be willing to become aware of and receive from the whispers of awareness and consciousness and the information that your body can now receive and facilitate with you and through you and for you? Now, as we start to bring this session to a close, you don't have to disconnect. You don't have to stop receiving. You don't have to stop healing. You don't have to disconnect from the whispers. But rather, would you take a moment to acknowledge and thank the energy of the earth that contributed to your session today? The energy of body whispering that helped facilitate this session today? Would you thank your body and all of the other bodies on this call who were part of facilitating and contributing to this experience today? And would you thank yourself for allowing yourself to receive this session and follow the whispers of awareness to be here today or to listen to this audio or replay and receive whatever it is that you required to receive from this call, from this session, from this information, whether it is for now or for the future. So take a moment, say thank you to yourself. And remember, you don't need to disconnect from this energy. When we close this session, it's not saying the session has finished, stop receiving. This is the end of the facilitation of what is being changed or what you require. It's drawing the session to a close in a way that allows you to reconnect, be present again in your current environment, continue on with your day. But the session won't stop in terms of allowing you to continue receiving any of the healing or the change that you have asked for.
Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for such a wonderful and light session. Thank you for so much ease with your bodies today. The more communion and conversation and awareness we can have with and through our bodies, the more we can have those things with ourselves and with the world around us. The more ease and change and receiving we have with the world around us, the more wonderful our life is, which is the target or the goal or the ask, isn't it? To have more of everything. That is a contribution. And
Dr.
so,
Adila?
yes.
Hi. Before you end, on behalf of everybody on the call and on my own behalf, I want to thank you for the session that you did for all of us. And for those who have not explored this body of work, I have only one request. If you have a body, be in the class, please, because we have spent most of our lives not listening to our bodies because we were never taught to listen to our bodies. And if at all we do communicate with our bodies, it is in anger. Why is this paining? Why is this hating, hurting? Why is it like this? And why is it not like that? You know, so whispering is a different energy to which the body responds more beautifully than anything else. Our bodies don't need to be shouted at, they need to be whispered to, and that's what you do so beautifully. So thank you so much. I just wanted to add my 2 cents to whatever it is that I know and have been doing for a very, very long time. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Can I please also put in a little testimonial before we get off the Zoom? I've attended 2 body whispering class in the last couple of months, 3 months, I think from August to now. And in just that much time, I have actually through those classes been more present with my body. And for people who are here in the group who think that it's only just energetic, you will also experience actual physical change. In the last 3 months, I have shed like 8 kilos and also allowed myself to have that safe space to actually show up for myself in my life and create so much more. So yeah, it's not just an energetic shift that you will experience. There are actual physical changes. I feel different, I look different. And of course, I have so much more of me. So I just wanted to share that with everyone out there. So thank you, Dr. Adila.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for actually, bringing that to our attention, because so much changes and we forget. And sometimes we make it, depending on what's going on for you, you might be at one end of the spectrum or the other, you know. As Bhagya said, you might be like only worried about the pain in your body and just be focused on the physical. And then there's others of us that go so far into this energy work and changing everything energetically, and we forget to include and prioritize the physical. And so this is this beautiful amalgamation of both, because we are here living in a physical world, in a physical reality, as energetic beings with this connection to source and energy, with a potent power as these beings of consciousness. with this physical body that we have to use and create physicality, like to create the physical things in our life. And so in my point of view, we can't be just one or the other. Otherwise, we're going to be missing out on 50% of the experience that we came here to have. And so, you know, this has been a wonderful journey for myself personally. And a lot of what Sangeeta was saying, like, you know, for me as well, like the stuff that can change in my body and does change quickly or instantly, or how my body is able to navigate now through problems for me. So now when I'm stressed, when I have issues, when there's something I'd like to change in my life or with somebody else even, I ask my body to show me what to do, how to change it, or sometimes I don't have to do anything. My body just creates a different outcome by interacting with the whispers of consciousness. But how and why that can happen is because I remember to include my body, so my body can contribute to me. But when I'm having like a financial issue or I'm worried about something, if I cut off from my body and just focus on that problem with my mind, then I cut off that receiving and contribution that my body could actually create the solution for me or lead me to the solution. And so body whispering is very much about including your body in the process of creating your life and having the access to the power and potency that you are as an energetic being as well, and being able to use that to create your life here. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And yeah, we have a class coming up in 2 weeks, 2 weekends from now. We have the final 2-day class for the year. So 2020, we have just this class left. And then 2021, we have one more body whispering class in February before the advanced class. So if you want to make it into that first batch of certified practitioners, you need to meet the prerequisites of having attended 2 classes at any time. And if you're looking for 2 classes, here they are. One is in November in 2 weeks, and one is in February. And I would love to see as many of you there in bodies, online, all over the world. And there's some really exciting things happening. There's different countries at various stages of, you know, at the effect of COVID or lockdown. But there are some countries that are actually jumping in and having physical, you know, body whispering parties. So people are doing the class in a shared location and having it kind of hosted by someone at one venue so that you guys can do the swaps in person as well as online. And so if you are in some of those countries and if you are anywhere in the world and you would like to do this class and translate it into French, Arabic, Bahasa, we have those languages being translated into. And if you would like to attend one of these live body whispering stations, please reach out to the team because we're looking into that possibility for New Caledonia, a couple of different cities in India, and depending on what's happening for Australia and right here in New Zealand, any of the Kiwis in Auckland, if you're okay with a nighttime class, come and join me and let's have some fun and let's out-create what's going on in the world together.
What will be the timing for the class? November 21, 22?
So November 21 and 22. Are you in India?
Yeah, I'm in India.
Okay. So for India, it's great. Lots of our clients are on the other side of the world. So I'm staying up late. And for you, for India, the class starts at 10:30 in the morning and finishes about 5:36. For Europe, it will start in the morning and go through till about afternoon. And for Australia, New Zealand, we start at 5 in the afternoon and go through till about 1 in the morning. So, yeah.
All right, Rashmi, thank you.
Thank you. So thank you guys so much. All these wonderful people. Thank you to our translators. If you would like more information in French, please reach out to Elodie. If you would like more information in Arabic, please reach out to Amel. If you would like to do the class and you would like to connect with the global team, we have Sangeeta, we have Winda, we have Amalda, we have Pagya, we have Rashmi, we have Datu, we have Smriti. We probably have some more people I'm forgetting, but please reach out and we will direct you to the right people, okay? So registration is open. I'd love to see you there, and always wishing you the best for you and your adventure with being here in a body in your life, okay? So take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.